So tell us what's been going on with you, Mr. Cooler since you've been home.
I'm just I live for a living. That's all been going on with me. I live for a living.
So what was it like when you had to do your time in prison? Tell us some of the things that you had to go through. You know.
As you know, I was going for a very extended amount of time, a decade. During that time, I counted it as a blessing. I was physically locked up, but I was always mentally free. And I think that experience, it may sound crazy what I'm about to say. I think that experience would have been one of the most uh, uh, profitable experiences in my life. Because of that. When God took me through that, He created something in me that I have now that I perhaps wouldn't have had if it wasn't from that experience. So I'm grateful for it, and I'm living out. I'm living out everything that He birthed in me while I went through that every day now.
Yeah. Amen to that. That's a blessing.
Okay, so Quintessia and Doctor, what's the debate going to be today? What we're talking about? You're breaking up. Can't hear you. Nope. No.
You break up, Quintessia.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. Maybe you might have to stand on a chair or something. Your reception's not good.
Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you now, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for tuning in. We are live on radio on Unity 5 platform, coming all the way from the United States of America. Today, our special guest is and our topic is please feel free to call me on 079 Okay. Mr. Cooley, I got a question for you. Experience affected the business side of life that you always have had.
Excuse me, you broke up midway through it. What? Can you repeat that?
How has this 10-year experience that you went through, how has it affected the business side of your life?
Oh, I think it enhanced the business side of it.
Okay.
Reason being, I always have been one that have been goal driven. Doing my stint, I challenge myself to do what they say. So in prison, put myself every day to go beyond the restraints of it, physically, far as my resources and everything. So it enhanced it. I basically use as college. I self-educate.
Okay. That's what's up. Okay, so you saying while you was gone for like 10 years, you was able to get some education and more resources while you was away.
Right.
Okay. Okay, you said you the topic is moving forward. How now are you ready to move forward from those 10 years? I'm not going to say those are 10 years that you lost because anything that we go through is always a gain. So how can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, how can, or not how can, what can you give somebody or some young guy or female that may be going through a trying time, like they might not have finances to get the things they need in life. Like, how can you help motivate them now, being that you experience what you experience?
Well, what I have to give now is that in every situation, wherever God put you in, He always placed people and things in place to free you from it. If it's any type of bondage, God always have a ram in the bush for you. So what I done while I was away is did all the research that I could possibly do on grants and organizations and things that breaking up. Okay, now can you?
Yes, I
Yeah, we hear
can.
you.
Unity, you're there. Everybody got on. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I think I got it.
Hi, everyone. Hello there. Wow. Unity. I'm going to see if I can get back to Contessa. Sorry about that, listeners.
Okay, there go Bless.
Yeah, hi.
You're back.
He back.
You know, Denisha,
Yes, ma'am.
I said, you know, you can ask questions as well.
Okay.
I
I
see
just want to make sure
everybody here. I
everyone.
got to call you. I got to call you. Somehow Unity got disconnected too.
Right.
I'm calling her back. She about to get ready to join back in. Go ahead.
Okay.
Enhance my business. We're gonna have to keep going because she's unavailable.
Right. Okay. I do have a question for you, Mr. Cooley. I do.
Okay.
So I want to know, now that you're home, have you been starting up more organizations for the kids? You know, giving away, doing the more giveaways. You still want to continue to do that, or have you started on more things right now? You know, trying to process getting everything done with your life first.
Well, yeah, I'm still doing everything that I've always have done. You know, I didn't even stop that while I was in prison.
Right. That's great.
Uh,
And then
right,
is for real.
Right.
yeah, but right now I'm definitely focused on me. I just graduated from Millamont Technical College with my CDLs.
All right.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Interview in the morning, matter of fact, with Pensacola.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's great, Mr.
Awesome.
Cooley. That is great. That's great. Awesome.
And then
That's what we want. We need more people like you in our community to keep going and keep, you know, having the kids believe in. And there is a more of a change out there. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of kids that do get locked up, they be like, okay, I can't do this. I can't. Yes, you can. If God gave you a second chance to turn your life around, go ahead and do that.
what the thing about it is that when being locked up doesn't change people.
Right.
That doesn't change you alone. You know what I mean? The change come from a different mindset. You know.
Right. Exactly.
You could be locked up. You could be shot up. However, if your mindset don't change, then it don't matter how horrific the situation is that happened to you. You know what I mean? You still gonna be the same person. You know. But if you change the way you think, you can change the way you thinking and be living in the same environment and not be a part of that environment. You know. So that's what it has to be. You know. You got to change the way you think. And once you you think, your whole world change, your perspective change. And when your perspective change, that brings out a new reality.
Yes, honey. Yes, yes.
And then when you gain a new reality, then God invite new people into your life. That's
Yes.
part of that. That promotes you, that'll believe in you, that'll encourage you, and that be a source of strength for you. But you have to change the way you think. You have to change.
Amen.
You have a lot of people out there who don't look at it that way, though. Cooley, you have put a lot of people out there, putting yourself out there, making a change for a lot of people. That's a great thing for the environment, but you have a lot of kids who scared to do that. You have a lot of grown-ups who scared to do that. They scared of the change. Why? We don't know. But looking up to you, that's a great thing. You got out, you have changed your life around, for a lot of people. And a lot of people can look up to you for that.
Yeah, I think
White people that come from poverty-stricken communities are scared of change.
change is the most feared, one of the most feared things in life for anyone. It take courage. It take courage to change.
It does.
It's easy to do what you know or what you always have done. But the thing is, you do what you always done, you get what you have got. In order to get, you got to do something different.
Amen.
I think it was with us too. When we started out, a lot of people do negative things, but then they do it for attention. They do it to try to see what's out there. What change they can make. But a lot of people have say, okay, well, you know what? I'm tired of getting in trouble. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of doing that. I want to make a change with my life.
Yes, exactly.
You have people out there like that, Mr. Cooler. You do. But then again, you don't have people like that. They don't want to pay attention to it,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have a lot of people don't change because they feel like they got to be perfect to change.
Exactly. Or they got to have that crowd to change. You know what I'm saying?
If that be the case, ain't nothing. All of us will stay the same because we'll never be perfect.
Don't make me look at God. You better come on with it. You better come on with it, Mr.
God ain't looking for a perfect person. He's not even He's looking for a willing person. Ain't never one perfect being that ever walked this earth, and that was Jesus. He looking for a willing vessel, man. And that's all you have to be. Be willing. I'd never desire to be perfect because if I become perfect on earth, then I'm unrelatable.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I want to stay where I'm able to be relatable because that's the only way that I can usher change to someone else. That I can, that they can feel sympathize with me and I can empathize with them. So I don't perfect. I just want to show that God still have a purpose for even people with imperfection.
Amen.
I tell time if God give you a second chance to change your life, whether you've been to prison, whatever you have done, if he said, okay, look, I'm about to sit you down. I'm finna show you what I can do for you. You just open up to me and let me know. Let me know what I can do to change you.
Exactly.
And I took my second chance. I'm very proud of myself. The person I have become, I guess I can say, okay, well, losing my mom changed me a whole lot as well. A lot changed. And looking up to, people like Mr. Cooley and everybody else who done changed their life for us, that's a great blessing to me. So, Mr. Cooley, I thank you for that.
Hey, I appreciate you believing me. Appreciate you believing me.
I appreciate that.
We have to be a symbol of encouragement to one another, because you got a lot of naysayers. You got a lot of people don't want to see you change.
Right, you do, and they still throw rocks at you and hide their hands.
Right. They don't want to see you change because they want to feel equal to you because they ain't got no will to change. So they want you.
Right.
They want you in the same rut that they in, and they only in that rut by choice. But
True.
when you make a choice to do something different, then everybody all us got the same 24 hours, but we don't utilize them the same. So
Mm.
they sitting they 24 hours trying to figure out any dirt that they can to stain your name because you walking different. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have things when you change the way you move too. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of naysayers. A lot of people don't want to see you change over. They don't want to see you win. You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
think you have anything, period, in life. Tell you the truth, Mr. Cooler, with you know, a lot. I see a lot of talent, and when you see a lot of talent, you want to go towards that talent. Am I correct?
Right.
So when you towards that talent, I mean, I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna say, look, I love your music. I love it. I want to help you get to where you are.
Right.
But a lot of people don't want that change, though, Mr. Cooler. You know what I'm saying? They don't want it. So I wonder what can we do to put their mind to get it out there.
Hey man, the best example you can give to people is your walk. You know what I mean,
Mm,
you gotta keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying, bettering yourself and pursue dreams. And when they see that you have produced that, you know, you producing good fruits in your life, and then it becomes attractive to other people. So you got to just
right.
stay focused.
It does become attractive to produce good food because they see what God be. God produce things, and they want somebody to say too, so they come and link up with somebody else that have faith, and then they can be able to walk and pray themselves.
Right.
Of course. Right. Right.
Yeah.
But I be
Yeah.
looking at how can we
And
build
are you
I didn't hear
how
you.
can we build them up to say they want it after the fact. You know, you got a lot of people that they don't want it. They ain't trying to get it. I'm like Mr. Cooler. They ain't trying to push themselves to get it.
Yeah, you gotta like I say, you know, it's a job. It's
Correct.
a better your life. You know, I'm all for sharing anything that I have to anybody that want it. You know, but you
Right.
can't you could take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
trying to tell
Anybody that want it, hey, I'm handing it to you. Anything that I have, but I'm
you.
not
Right.
for somebody that don't want it. You know what I mean? Because I don't. The worst thing, the worst thing to me is, you know what I'm saying, for anybody to misuse what I have to give, what God done gave me to give. You know,
Right.
I want people that don't appreciate it.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, so you know
Look up to
it's
you. People that can look up to you.
so we got to stay pressing on, man. Sometimes you got to be selfish to get where you go.
You do. You
You got
do. You really do.
that is so true. But it's
Yes, it is.
like, how God to do concerning your life. Sometimes we have to get to a quiet place where we can really hear God instruction concerning the next move.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You have to leave the negativity alone too. You know, you still have things in life. And the negativity, sometimes the people that you think your friend is not gonna, be there to guide you. Them friends ain't trying to guide you. They're just trying to sit you down and see what you got going on so they can mess it up. Basically what a lot of people doing these days. But I just don't understand it, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
Connection, man.
You know, real friends gonna promote
No, they are.
He did. I gotta get some more church and I don't know how to do what. Son went out my closet.
I want to me myself, Mr. Cooley, I want to be able to have people to look up to me as far as like, okay, well, yeah, she done did this and she done did that, but a lot of people saying, okay, well, now she's on TV, she's doing this, she's doing that. I work hard to get to where I am. Did nobody put me in a place to say, well, okay, I'm going to put you on TV? A lot of people don't know. Do you know the procedure? Do you know the pressure that you have to go through to get on the show or do anything? Like, it's not easy work. It's hard. But if you're going to be my friend to walk me through it, be there.
Amen.
All right. Yeah, but
Amen. I'm trying to call back in, y'all, because I don't even think they're here at all.
Okay. I think they thing went out again.
It's saying that Bless is on here, but I don't think Bless. Are you here? Okay, they just got my
Bless is
message.
here, yeah. Bless is here.
It keeps saying I kicked them out of the radio. I don't know how I did that though.
How did you kick him?
I'm calling Unity again.
I got my other truck.
What it said about Unity? Is she in?
Huh?
Oh, it's calling her now.
That truck tore up. Well, I'm talking about my movie truck. I'll go get that and bring it over there. Oh, he got a truck out there now?
He got it.
Oh, listen, his seat lay down. His seat lay down in the back.
She back on though? No.
Hi,
There she-
Quintessia.
What happened?
What happened?
No, it keep Bless also not on radio. Do I call it in?
Right, Bless is on there.
There?
Yeah, you can see when his logo's there.
Yes.
Yeah, his logo's there, so that means you're actually going live.
Stay up here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you're actually going live. You're actually live.
Okay, we'll do the live now.
Right. Can you? I can see you moving, Quintessia.
You
Yeah, I can't hear you properly. Can the guest hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, and I can. Your cameras are actually quite still, as well. He's okay. I can see him clearly.
there. So, don't go. Number of years.
You break it up. Break it up. I can't. You break it up. Yes.
Yeah, Contessa, your reception is really bad.
Can you hear me now?
You still break up.
All right, Cooley, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
All right, then, Cooley, let's talk then. So tell me about your journey then.
About my journey?
Yep.
I mean, it's my journey have been one hell of a ride. Man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's been one hell of a ride. I've been 6 months from doing 10 years in federal penitentiary, and I don't see anything stopping it. I don't see anything stopping me. I'm here with them. I'm just graduated from technical school with my CDLs, and I look forward to next year starting up on business.
Uh-huh.
I have a written book. It's on.
Mm.
It is called Poetic Letters from the King's Heart. And I just like being around winners. I love to win. I love to be around winners. People that only see results. That's my vibe.
So what was the turning point? I mean, obviously she told me that you've actually come out now, and so what was your turning point? What is it that you said to yourself, you know what, I'm going to let go of all this. I need to sort myself out.
Well, the turning point is that if you keep, you're gonna get the same result. I knew the results weren't gonna change if I didn't change. So it wasn't that the life that I live is like it's not something that I wanted to live. But however, sometimes in life you do things to survive that you really don't want to do, but you do it for just.
It's funny you said that, Cooley, because before you came on, that's exactly what we were discussing. And Bless was saying there are certain situations men are put into either to protect their family or to feed their family, feed themselves. The system's not giving them what they want, and they've been put into a corner. And then the guys have to hustle. Now we were just talking on that because an incident happened in UK when a young boy got stabbed. He's only 18 years old, only over a jacket. And it's actually made a wave of storm here, saying, "Oh my God!" But then it worries us as the older generation. Where did we fail our kids? Because the worry is that, and that's what we were talking about. Like you just said, I had to do that, but I didn't want to do it.
But lessons just like right now, I'm trying to stay humble. Technology afford us this ability. It's a blessing to have technology, but at the same time, there's a curse to technology as well because technology is raising the kids.
Oh my God, that's exactly what he said. You would have been so good at our show.
Man, the family is not family anymore because you got these young parents using technology to pretty much to babysit the kids. So
my God, that's what he said.
Online.
Yeah.
Raised online, man, so they don't have the same morals and values that you and I had. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They living in a different era, so that's why we see the same thing that going on in the United States going on the same way in the UK. Everywhere, same thing. Ain't nothing but a bad race, and that's the human race. You know what I'm saying? But if you spiritually inclined, the Bible speak of these things. These will come. So that's my greatest fight right now to try to serve as a beacon of hope to the youth and let them know, that they not alone, man, because they dealing with way more things than we had to deal with when we was growing up. They got way more pressure on them than we had to deal with. They trying to keep up with the image that online present, and that's exactly. It's causing them to commit suicide. It caused to ostracize other peers that can't afford to live up to that image. It's just there's a lot going on with it.
That's exactly what you just said, was on our show, and I'm going to keep saying this to you. You actually said it's a carbon copy of what Bless has just said 10 minutes ago before you come on, because my argument was within that, saying, look, I know this is happening, and like you're defending them by saying, look, this is the reason, which is true. It's happening in our communities. And I said, Bless, what can we do? But you see, like you said now, I'm going to go out there and make sure that, kids are aware of these things. Keeping in mind social media is actually, look, we're on the social media now. We're using the technology now. Yeah. We're in the same room, our kids and families, we're on the phone, we're not talking to one another. That's what we lack. And how can we go about helping the youth? That's what I want to ask you. What can we do?
Well, first we have to bring back to our youth the bond between people. Yes. If you don't spend time with something, you don't have a feeling for it. You know what I'm saying? You got to spend time with it. So now our youth have got to the point where they'd rather text you than talk.
Absolutely.
Now at the kitchen table, when the family sit down to eat, you really can't bond like you used to because everybody on the online, on the phone.
That's true.
And so we got to get back to spending time with human need human. People need people.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
something.
We do.
Yeah, we bring back that connection with one another, with the bond of people. Then you're not gonna keep neighbor because you don't have no connection with them. So they don't care
That's
about
so
what
true.
we got to bring back the bond.
Absolutely, Muddy. Could say much better than that.
Sit down and talk to these kids and like we used to. Because
Yeah,
half of them be scared to talk. You know, half of them are scared to even lynch on to us, and they scared, well, okay, they ain't going to listen to us. Even though, they are parents, they ain't going to listen. Yes, we will. We will listen. We
right.
will listen. You have kids who scared to talk. That's why we probably can't have that bun, Mr. Cool. I feel like you on that one. But sometimes you just have to, maybe we just going to have to sit down and talk to them. Get an organization together, say, hey, these kids need to talk to
Yeah.
somebody. Maybe we can do that.
That's
Because
exactly
you
what I
got
said before you
kids
came on.
being abused and battered and homeless. I mean, all that, the above, all of it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to Bless and all the girls that came on today on my show. I said we have to collectively get together, put our differences aside, because this is about everyone's child out there. It's not just about my baby. It's not my baby.
Life
It's
is
your
too
baby.
It's too
Because what
short for it.
Yeah, because what happened to
short.
what happened, was that guy that got killed, that 18-year-old boy. You're not understanding what they started to do straight away when that happened. They tried to put a division between the Asians and our black brothers and sisters. And I said, listen, stop this now. Now,
Wow.
what it is, you don't understand. 2 mothers have lost their kids. She's lost it to the jail. She's lost it to the cradle. So now you tell me both mothers are crying.
Yep.
So as a mother, I see the pain in both in different ways, but the loss is for the woman on both sides. So we need to stop this people trying to break us up, divide us, and do have their own agenda. No, we have to think for every child out there.
We do.
Absolutely.
We do.
I agree.
But they don't have that these days. Sometimes we got to go out and do it ourselves. That would seem
We
like
have
to me.
to. We have to. We can't rely on the system.
We're gonna have to go out there and do it ourselves. Cause I mean, the parents that these kids got today, they don't want to do anything. They want it. They want it to be. They want us to do it. They don't want to help out and do it. They don't want to do it.
We'll have to do it, mate. We'll have to do it. Like Cooley's on there now saying that he's got the experience, right? He knows the ins and outs, and he's talking about his personal journey, what he's been through. I mean, if he wanted to, he could have come out and say, you know what, I'm going to be even more worse than what I was.
Right.
Yeah, but he said no. I've realised and I've understood what's happening in this generation compared to our generation. To make it better, we'll have to do something about it. So he's giving back to the community, and that's the way we have to do. We have to have unconditional love. Otherwise, we're not going to get nowhere.
Nowhere.
We're not. We ain't gonna get nowhere at all.
Mm,
Nowhere at all.
Amen.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, Contessa, fire away with your guest. I just got in there, so I really wanted to chat to him. I'm going to chat to him later anyway. But
The thing about it, people care how much you know until they know how much you care. You know what I'm saying? You got to show them that you care. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people. There's a whole lot of people talking, but ain't nobody saying. You know.
Yeah, it's lip service, all lip service, mate.
Yeah, they talking the talk, but they ain't walking the walk.
Right.
Anybody can talk,
Right.
but they ain't walking.
Good
Like,
intent.
I believe that it's time now. Like me transitioning to a limit. I want to go back to Thompson and try to get the youth together, mainly girls, because I know I experienced a lot, in high school, and you faced with a lot of peer pressure in high school, and you get recruited in a whole lot of different stuff, not just girls but boys.
Yeah.
And then if it's not the way they wanted to go in the household, then these kids out here doing whatever they want to do.
And the parents ain't. And the parents don't care. They can make up at age, everything, young age, all that.
Have no
All that.
And then too, we got broken families. Like a lot of the fathers not in the home. So they need the kids to go out and do treat themselves off the street for a man or whatever like that. Because they don't have them, or they're suffering from what you call neglect or neglect. From a parent. or whatnot, and they just, that stuff goes on into their childhood, but they need to try to fix it now before they actually get adults, because the stuff that you experience as a child, you actually carry that stuff into your adulthood, and you got to know that your mental stability is everything. Like, we have to get counselors. Like, prayer don't change. Prayer does change all things, but you need some kind of psychological guidance too, because that can disturb a child not having their father around.
Yep.
You even have kids who done been bullied. I mean, look at the kids that been bullied. I went through that. I was born deaf in my right ear, so during that time I had to wear the hearing aids that went round the ear, and I was embarrassed. I was picked. I was bullied at. So I know what those kids going through. I went through it. And I mean, it's a big difference in my life compared to what I had to go through. I had to go through a 5-year learning how to talk again. I was blind. Like, I had to go through all of that. I had to learn how to read all over again. I had to learn how to do my speeches all over again. Like, that was hectic. It was hard. It was hurtful.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
5 years. 5 years of doing that, and you being bullied by a lot of people who you thought was your friend, and trying to help you and guide you. No. So I know what half of these kids go through. I mean, I know what it's feeling like. Look at half of these kids are going through suicidal because they're being bullied, picked on. And instead of the parents saying, okay, well, let me sit down and talk to whoever, instead of them saying that, oh, you'll be all right, you'll be just fine. No, they won't. These babies ain't fine. They ain't fine. They hurting on the inside. They getting picked on, bullied. Kids taking their lunch money. I mean, come on now. We got all that going on with these babies. And these babies are too scared to tell it because they're scared of what the parents going to say, or the parents going to act a fool and fight instead of sitting out like grown folks talking to the principal. They ain't going to do that either.
Right, talking it out. Exactly.
Not going to do none of that either. So I can't say I don't feel these babies' pain, because I do. Even my kids had went through it in the beginning, but I mean, they grew out of that. So they knew how to come and talk to somebody, You got kids that will come and talk to you. I mean, you got kids that be afraid because they're afraid of what's going to happen to them or what's going to happen to the parents. And they too scared to even acknowledge what's going on. So they keep it inside. They ball it up. And the older they get, the more it stay on their mind. And the more it stay on their mind, it make them want to do worse things in life instead of having that guidance and that father figure that they got, or that father or that mother figure that they need.
The sad scenario is, Doctor and Contessa, is that we're in the 21st century, yeah, and I think we've gone back to the stage ages where we are even worse. We thought things would be okay for our youth, and there won't be that much issues. It looks like we're in more turmoil. We're really fighting more than what we did when we were growing up. So I don't know what to say. I mean, what would Cooley say about this? I would like to know what your insight and all these kind of things. That's what I guess, really.
Well, I mean, y'all point about everything that you have, that you said. They definitely got to have, especially in the minority community. It's the wealth gap, poverty breed. Poverty breed. You got single parents that Quintessia spoke on.
Yeah, so true.
Working 2 jobs and while the kids at home, the street raising. Mom get.
What are you talking about?
She is tired, doing the best that she can. The daddy locked up. You got a lot of fathers that's out here that is still traumatized from their youth, and they ain't healed from it. So only thing hurt people can do is hurt people. Ain't nothing you can do productive to your wife or your kids if you ain't healed. You know what I'm saying? So you have to come to a point as a man. You know what I mean? I had to come to that point and look in the mirror where I just didn't see the things that looked good to me. I had to realize and confess and become bold enough to speak about my hurt, my childhood trauma, and heal. And that was the only way that I could begin to be the best father that I could be to my daughters after I healed myself and after I mended the relationship with my father, because I had been carrying that hurt. So, it just, you have to pray and ask God to give you um, that ability to be transparent with your life and know that what you're going through. Sometimes you think that you don't want to say anything in the room. You think because your situation worse than everybody else, and then once everybody else wants to make it around everybody else, you realize you ain't really got no problem after you hear everybody else problem. You know
Come on. Come on.
so you got to be able to become bold enough to speak and be transparent about where you at and understand that we all go through the same thing. We just experience them at different times.
True.
Humans is humans.
So true.
Life is life, man. It don't matter what color, what nationality you're from, or what geographer location you're from. You know, we go through the same thing. We just experience them at different times.
Totally.
You got to get to the point. Confession heals the soul. Confession heals the soul, man. You got to let it go.
Yes,
Because everything that we go through, it really ain't even for us. God allows us to go through things, healing somebody else.
That's the hardest part, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
it's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Yep, a lot of people don't want to open up about what they're going through because they feel like they may be embarrassed. But I feel like God take us through things for a purpose and a reason. And it usually don't be for ourselves. It be for somebody else to know, for us to let people know that, you know what I'm saying, God is able, God is a healer, God is a provider, God is our everything. But that's the ultimate reason why we live. We living right now to get to Jesus. Because what we doing now on earth, we're going to be doing that in heaven with him. And a lot of people don't understand that, you know, what we go through, our life ain't our own. Our life belongs to Jesus. So whatever God allows us to go through it, we just got to go through it knowing that, you know, we're going to come out with a scar.
Right, exactly.
Right. And it's
you have a lot of people who not just embarrassed about it, but scared to vent. And when you go and vent and thinking that you're going to talk to someone who's going to sit and listen, they listen to what they want to hear.
Yeah, right.
You went through this. Oh, I ain't know that. And then they get on the phone and go to spreading it all out. They spread it wrong. By the time they get back to you, you done shot somebody, murdered somebody, did that and third, and they don't even beat you. So, I mean, I even went through this. Because I thought I was venting to a lot of people, too, when I was going through what I was going through. But guess what? They weren't running around but just taking this information, balling up into a knot, and just delivering. Just throwing it at somebody. Bringing back dead bones. Why?
Yeah. But, you know, what life have taught me is that whatever you want from life, give it. You know? If you want happiness, make somebody else happy. I guarantee you.
Oh my God, that is crazy, man. I'm experiencing that right now.
You got to give it. My grandmother told me something. She used to say this all the time when I was growing up. She said, "Baby, in order to keep what you have, you got to give away." And I didn't understand that at all at that time, man.
So true.
It went over my head. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, in order to keep what you have, you got to give it away. And that's life. Whatever you want out of life, give it to somebody else. I guarantee you.
Come on here. It better to give than to receive. You better come on here. Yes, God.
We all here just to serve, man.
It's it. We serve out here. Serving. That is so true.
I think a lot of people understand what we had to go through to get to where we are. Like, we went through a lot. Based on all of it, we went through a lot. We really did. And I can truly say I'm very blessed and I'm very proud of myself to get to where I am, because I guess God put me through a lot of my trials and tribulations for a reason as well, to get me to where I am now. So I'm very blessed and I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank him for taking me through my trials and tribulations, Mr. Cool, to get to where I am today.
Well, God in his uniqueness, everything of value have to go through some form of difficulty, some form of education. A diamond will have tons of on it. Gold have to go through a substantial amount of degrees of fire to purify it.
Yes.
Everything value that he have, it go through some form of difficulty to become of value. You know.
Yes. They're like a diamond had to go through all that what it had to go through to shine.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's all about It's all about your surrounding, man. You got to surround yourself. A shark.
Mhm.
If you put a shark in a fish tank, in a
Mhm.
fish tank that's only 2 foot long,
Mhm.
feet long, that shark would not grow no farther than 2 feet long because of the environment. But if you
Mhm.
put a same shark in the ocean, then
Good
it can
God.
grow the length that it has to grow. So what I'm saying is, you got to change your environment. If you stay within a stagnated environment, stagnated
Mm.
around, then you gonna stay in that. You gonna stay stagnant. You're not gonna grow. You got to expand your horizons, man.
That's right.
You
You got
expand your horizons, your wings. You begin to soar, man. Chickens, you don't run with chickens. You know why? You know
Wow.
why?
Wow.
Because chickens will never fly.
That's right.
Chickens will
My,
never fly.
we got the soar like an eagle, right?
I commend you all on this here, and I was so willing to do this interview with y'all because y'all stepping forward. Y'all stepping forward, even though you don't linked up with somebody in the UK. You know what I'm saying? But you stepping forward, somebody like-minded that believe in you. People that you personally know, but they believe in the vision, and that's the same way with life.
Yeah.
You got to surround yourself with people that see what you see.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They need to be either be in front of you, pulling you where you're trying to go, or behind you, pushing you where you're trying to go. You don't need no standards. You don't need no style standards. They don't roll up with them from day one. You know what I'm saying? If they not conducive to where you trying to go, you got to let them go, man.
You gotta let them go.
Yeah.
Gotta let them go.
Yeah. So true. So true, Cooley. What you just said, spot on. We're all the way from America. You guys are all sitting there. I'm in UK. We all met for a reason. We're so like-minded. We've got the same vision. We want to care. We want to uplift the society, lift each other up. And that's all we care about because we believe in the human nature, human beings. We believe in the community. We believe in one another. We don't care what you believe in. That's your religion. I'm not bothered about that. We're not talking about that. We believe in the human race.
That's it.
That's the reason why we're all together today.
That's it.
Absolutely. Well said. Yeah. Sorry, Quintess. Off you go.
Yeah, but I thank God for this opportunity because like I said, when I first moved here to Atlanta, I just know God said go. I didn't know why He said go, but I knew He was trying to elevate and promote me from where I was. And so people will look at you when you leave your hometown. They'll be like, oh, she thinks she all this and she all that. No, God just elevated me and promoted me because I was in a place where I was ready to grow because I was stagnant. In a place of familiarity, you will stay the same basically, or you will adapt to where you at. So I wanted to adapt to something different. It ain't that I'm better than nobody. It's just like God is calling me higher.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people understand it. And I don't know why people, think that way or their mind is so in a box. And it hurts me because I want to see everybody grow.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do.
Yeah, there's a saying.
But you got people that don't want to.
That is so true. And
you got people that don't want to win.
Right.
Yeah, so how do we beat that? This is my vision. I could be wrong. Correct me. Look, we listen to music. We constantly been bombarded with negative news. We go outside and we're constantly seeing negative behavior. And we're thinking, what are we doing? What can we do to change this mindset? So you know what I think we should do? And I'm really honestly going to stick by this. We need to keep saying this over again and again, like the music runs in your head. And subconsciously, they're going to start picking it up, and then they're going to be aware of it. Consciously, it's one world, one race, one world, one race, one love, one world, one race, one love. We're going to keep saying this to everyone. So you know what? That's what they're going to start believing. There will be no segregation. There will be no division, hopefully. Maybe not in our time. But maybe the next 2 generations will say, yeah, someone needs to say this and we need to follow that.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's not going to stop. Amen to that, of course. Amen.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Amen.
Yes, Quintessia, go on, darling.
All these blessings flowing around and everybody in the same spot.
um, First, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. You are live and blessed with our platform, coming all the way from the United States of America. And we have our and we're talking about moving forward. Also, how God does change you. You have to change your mindset in order to really get out of the environment that you're in to change, to keep moving forward. And it's a time now when we have to be selfish and do the things that God is calling us to do for a purpose, because the things that God is calling us to do is not for ourselves, it's for somebody else. He also talks about confession heals the soul. I really believe that if you confess the truth, that the truth shall set you free. If you speak about whatever you may be going through or whatever you went through, or just confessing to someone else, that sets you free, and God wipes your slate clean so you can start fresh. So we've talked about a lot of stuff tonight that it's a lot of people that are still poverty stricken and they don't want to change, and to me that's sad, because we should all want to grow in life. We shouldn't want to always stay the same. We should want to change. So we have to get out of those familiar places and get to the unfamiliar places. That's where God is, in the unknown places, so God can help catapult our life to the next level and to the next dimension for somebody else, because everything that we go through is always for somebody else. It's never for ourselves. So I just thank God for our guests coming on tonight, being open with us about this last decade. I know it had to be very tough for him, or whatnot, being away from his family, his children. But in the process of him being away, he still was able to make a difference within the community, out doing back to school drive for children, giving away school supplies, book bag, pencil, pen, paper. I mean, that's a blessing. When you in a position where you want to give, God will always be able to give right back to you.
Amen. That's a fact.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
But
Anything you want to say?
hey, I appreciate y'all having me on, and hopefully this is not the last time, and I encourage y'all to keep going. And
Of course.
I see you done got in
He
the
done got in his truck. Look, he done got in the truck.
yeah.
ready to go, but we had 2 hours now. We ain't done yet, but if you got to go, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm headed to my barber stayed over late. I got an interview tomorrow, so he's gonna cut me up.
Okay, that's fine. We
keep talking. No time to get there.
appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, no question.
Appreciate Mr. Cooler that you came on and talked to us and gave us your speech on everything that you've been through.
Right, Cooley, before you go, can you give a nice strong message before you go to get to your destination? I mean, what would you like to say to not just the youth, but in general to everyone?
Greatness can only be delayed, not stopped. Greatness can only be delayed.
You better come on with it. You better come on with it, Mr. Cooler. You better come on with it.
You don't let nobody write the chapter of your life but you and God. Right? Regardless of what you done been in, what you going through, or what you going to go through.
Correct.
In life, I wake up every morning. I woke up this morning and I told someone, I said, today's going to be a great day. And she said, how you know that? I said, because it doesn't matter what happened to me throughout the day, what happened. It's my perception of how I let it affect my life. It don't matter if somebody walked up to me and slapped me. It don't matter if I get robbed. It don't matter if I get shot. It's on me how I let it affect my life. So if I say today gonna be a great day, that's what it's gonna be, regardless of what happens.
Amen.
And that's the way I look. That's the way I look at life. That's the way I live my life. I can't control everything that happened to me in life, but I can't control my response to it. So that's how you got to look at your life, man. You in control of your response. Anything can happen to you out of your control. but
That's
you
true.
totally in control of your response to it.
It's right. We have to
That's
daily.
true. That's true.
We have to have daily affirmation. That is so true. That is
Yeah.
so
I'm trying to.
because the enemy is so busy, and like a lot of people have mental issues, and the enemy can try to treat them off the street any kind of way or whatever like that, and boom, they life gone. But if you can affirm yourself daily with positive affirmation, you good. But like you said, we can't control what happens, or what not, but we can control how we respond to it.
You all in control of the response.
That's right.
All in control of the response,
right.
man.
That's
And
right.
always be true to you. It's bad. It's bad to lie, period. But it's even worse to lie to yourself. Always be true to you. If you ain't honest about where you at in your life, ain't no way in hell that you can change.
Amen.
I'm trying to. You done said I'm food in. Don't make me shout.
You got to be honest with yourself where you at in order for you to transition from that place, man.
Amen. Amen.
Learn how to trust yourself as well too. Say, okay, I trust myself to do this. I trust myself to do this. I can be true to myself to do this. Don't worry about what somebody else saying, because you're gonna have somebody gonna say, you don't need to do that. Don't tell me what I don't need to do. How you know if it's not a blessing for me? How you know that?
Oh yeah, definitely. And last but not least, before I let y'all beautiful ladies go, wake up every day to create more haters. Wake up every day to create.
Come on with it.
Hey, if you ain't doing that, you ain't got no haters. So I wake up every day to do something.
Amen.
They said, preach it coolly. Hey, it's all my listeners in. And
okay. We thank you. We really appreciate you for your time. We really do.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay in touch, man. Love.
Yeah, Cooley, you gotta come on again. You got to come on again next time. We'll invite you again, darling.
We'll do it. Y'all check my book out, man. My book is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's called Poetic Letters from a King's Heart. Y'all pulled it up. Check that out.
It's on Amazon. What's the name of the book?
Poetic Letters from a King's Heart.
Poetic Letters from a King's Heart. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And make sure the ladies send me that to me. I'm going to put onto my IG and I'll put onto the radio station as well for you.
Okay.
Please do send me your stuff. Send it on Skype. And
send it
back on.
I'll
send it out to everybody.
Okay.
And where else are you on the social media? Are you on IG, Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Cooley Mark exclusive. Quintessia and them got it. Send that to her.
I'll make sure I send it to her.
Yeah, I'm gonna send everything to Miss Eunice so she can keep in touch.
Okay.
Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you.
I appreciate y'all. All right, love y'all.
Yeah. Okay.
Love you too, Mr. Cooley.
Bye.
Okay.
Wow, Quintessia. Right, now this is our. Now we have to finish the hour.
Yeah, we have to finish the hour.
No problem.
Finish it up.
Now, I actually came in the actual conversation halfway down, so I actually missed out about Cooley's life. So do you want to tell me a bit about him then?
He did over a decade in prison, and while he was in prison, he said that my first question to him was, did him being away for a decade, how did it affect his business? Because he always have been a business person, and he said it actually enhanced. He went to school. He just graduated from Middlemont Technical College, and he got a lot of different resources while he was locked down. He got a lot of education while he was locked down, and he also stated that the business side of him actually enhanced while he was gone, and I'm pretty much sure it would, because you got so much time on your hands to just come up with visions, ideas.
Right, a lot of ideas, yes.
Time on your hands, you ain't got no choice but to create something.
Right, and the blessings that have came to this man's life, like he has turned his life around. He done did a lot of organizations for a back to school drive for a lot of kids in Thompson, Georgia. He gave back to the kids in his community, and he's willing to do that for anybody. Yes, he did that. Yes.
He do
Okay.
So
back to
Mr.
school
Cooley
drive,
is a lot.
back to school drive
Yeah.
every year for the kids. He
Yes,
wasn't
he
he
do.
wasn't present, but he still had his organ. He had people in position getting this stuff done for him while
Right.
he's gone.
Right.
All right, hold on. Let me get this correct. While he was in prison, he actually had people doing his things while he was in prison.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Right, his family,
Wow.
yes, he, doing everything, making sure that the kids got the book bags and whatever else that he had going on with his organization. Mr. Cooley was doing it while he was in there, and see, you don't have a lot of people that can do that.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Wow. So when he came out, you must have obviously questioned him because I'm trying to understand his life now. So he came out and he was still carrying on. So was he a businessman beforehand?
I think he said he'd been out for like 6 months now.
Right.
And I think he said he had an interview with Pepsi Cola driving trucks. Huh?
Mm. So how do you think it's affected him physically, not emotionally?
It it can affect you emotionally, especially being away from your children, being away from your family. But it's like I really believe it affected him in a positive way because he always have
Yeah,
had that support.
Mm.
You know. I mean, I know it's hard to leave your family behind, but when you got support, that's everything being locked down.
So
You
what
know,
was he convicted on?
got that support because you still have um some kind of motivation to still keep going.
Contessa, why was he convicted of? What was he convicted of?
Why was what? What did you say, Unity?
I said, why was he? What did he do that he had to go into jail?
I think he caught drug charges.
it was a drug charges. Yeah, I think if we're not mistaken, I think that's what it was. But
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's what it was too. He did.
right,
He didn't do regular prison. He was in federal prison.
Okay, is that different?
yeah,
But they say in federal prison you live good or something. It'll be all right. Versus regular prison or something. I'm not.
right,
I never experienced it.
But look at the beauty of this man, that he's in prison and he's making sure what is left behind is still going, and he comes out and he's still making sure it carries on. So, and then he's very calm as well. He's very calm as we're talking to him after what he's been through. He's been in prison for the wrong reasons, and on top of that, he decided, right, I'm in there, I'm going to make something and make use of my time, because most people go in there don't learn nothing. He decided to educate himself, and he's come out more. I found him more down to earth. Yeah. I found him more humble, didn't you?
he did. But you know what though? Listening to Mr. Cooley Myrick's story will change a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people will be willing to hear his story. He can even go to a lot of places to even sit down and talk to a lot of kids and talk to a lot of organizations to let them know, look, I did this, I went to prison, I had to go through a lot to get to where I am. But I mean, he was having blessings after blessings. He wasn't going down, he wasn't dealing with nothing hard time of going through the things he was going through. He still had blessings.
Mm.
So that's the great thing. That's how I look at it with Mr. Cooley, and he can change a lot of people's lives.
He's still very much God fearing, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And he's got a family and he's got kids as well. Mm.
Yeah, and he's very happy to be home with his family. He has turned his life around, and I'm very happy for him, and I'm very grateful that we can look up to someone like Mr. Cooley.
Because he said he made a point, didn't he? He goes, I'm going to make sure that I give back to the community, not just the bags that he's doing, but I think maybe I could be wrong, but I didn't listen in. But I think he's looking on mentoring the youth and helping out the community. I think he's going to try and do something on that part.
I think he is too, and I was going to tell him that if he needed me to mentor some girls that I'm more than willing to
Yeah.
mentor some girls.
I want to, and you, I want to talk to, I want to even talk to him about that too, Quintessia. You know, me and you and him can get together and talk, mentor some of the young ladies, and you know, talk to them about the things that we went.
Yeah, because they don't have no
Because you know,
guidance.
Mr. Cool, yes, the violence, the relationship and abuse and all of that kind of stuff. Because you know, we went through a lot of that stuff too. You know,
We did.
and
We
I
really
mean,
did.
if
I
it's
know I
willing,
did.
yeah. And if it willing to, for us to tell our story to a lot of these young ladies out here, hey, I'm all for it. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Young girls, they don't know their identity. They don't even know who they are. I was a victim of
Love
that.
yourself. Yeah.
And now that I know my identity, it ain't no stopping me.
I'm trying to tell you. And it feels good. It feels good to just, we can see it as women who have really been through the situation. Like, I mean, me and Quintessia can sit and talk about a lot. Like, from 14 years old up until now. I mean, just think about it. All these years, we got a lot of years. We got stories.
Yeah.
And I mean, we went through a lot to get to where we are, and that'll be a great thing for a lot of these young girls to hear too, Quintessia. It really will be.
The same thing we done been through.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know how to bounce back from certain situations like hurt or relationship hurt or parent hurt or parent neglect the children or
Right.
a lot of stuff. You can really bounce back from that stuff if you draw closer to God.
Right.
A lot of people turn to other things, sex, alcohol, other stuff, or whatever like that. But that's just a temporary fix because them problems gonna still be there. When after your high gone, them problems gonna be still right there.
Right, exactly. But I mean, just thinking about it of saying what Mr. Cooler said about doing another, sitting down, going around talking to some of the young men out there too. They can look up to him as well. That'll be a great thing for him. And he have a lot of people that look up to him too. On top of that,
a lot of people.
He really does. Mr. Cooler have a lot of people that look up to him. And I mean, he probably even got people that he can look up to. So I'm all down for that, and I would love to sit down more and talk to him about.
Is he actually doing that right now with the youth around him? Does he mentor boys?
He's around. He's in the Thompson area where I am right now, Miss Unity.
And
he does that.
What'd you say?
I was telling Miss Unity that Mr. Cooley is in the area where I am right now too as well. He's in the same area.
Yeah,
we can.
We all from Thompson, Georgia, in the United States.
And we can see
right.
A lot.
Right. So does he actually do that? Has he got places put in? Has he got some workshops going on for youth out there?
Say it again.
Has he got some workshops going on for the youth out there?
Workshop for the youth? No, we haven't actually put anything together, but God has been working. Well, he's been dealing with me about doing a workshop or like a teen summit for girls or something like that. But I haven't really gotten anything started yet. But I got a Facebook page on the Prodigal Sons and Daughter Outreach Ministry, and I go live on that page sometimes, and I just try to encouraging words, for anybody, not just teens, adults, whoever.
Yeah.
But I want to expand that. But see, I really want to take it back home because that's where a lot of brokenness is at that I've seen myself.
Yeah.
And then I know the area, I know the people. So we need to get something together for next month.
We can. I don't mind doing that. I'm ready. I'm all down for it. That's why I was like,
going live and showing the world that we out here trying to help these people get saved, deliver,
live a great life.
Bondage back home. It's bondage.
Ain't none of it. Everybody just, oh, hey, how you doing? Just walk on by, child. They don't care. They don't care.
Some of them ain't even in their right state of mind.
Oh, somebody said you don't like me. Well, how you know if I don't like you? You can't go by what somebody done told you. Cause first of all, how you can experience that I don't like you? I'm like Denzel Washington. Who the hell said I had to like you? I ain't gotta like you. I just gotta deal with you. We ain't got time for that. Time I gotta like you. When I die, who gonna be in my casket? Me. So what makes you think I gotta like you in order for me to live my life to do what I gotta do to take care of my children? I ain't gotta like you. I can respect you, but I ain't gotta like you.
Yeah, and then people go off,
Right.
off what other people say. Oh, she did, she that. But
There
if you
you
really
go.
sit down and get to know a person, you can really find out
Right.
the person ain't like what that person said.
I'm trying to tell you all the time.
Not like
That's how
that.
they do. I don't want that. I want us to be able to sit down together as a group and we can discuss the thing that's going on. What do I need to do to change this in my life? Okay,
Yeah,
well, Denitra, what I need to do to change this? I went through it. I wouldn't want you to go through it. So if I'm sitting here as a grown woman sitting here telling you, okay, well, look, I went through this, this, and this. I
you
wouldn't
got
want you to go
got
through
to
the
answer
same
their
thing
needs.
over and over in the situation. I have a daughter that looks up to me. So I know if my daughter and my sons are paying attention to what I have been through, they don't want to go through what I went through. No.
Right.
So
My
true.
children, and I'm not going to allow it. I'm not even going to allow my children to go through that. I wouldn't want
And
nobody else's children to go
yeah,
through it,
that's
especially
why we
our
got to,
family.
heal
Right,
ourselves first. Because if we don't heal,
right.
our children gonna go through
And I
exactly what
was, they are watching. They watching the things we do. They watching what we put on Facebook. They watching all this stuff. Just like, with me with me being on TV and my children seeing my show. I've never had a problem. If they did, they never told me about it. But I never had a problem. But I will always tell my children, if I got a problem, if y'all have a problem, or if somebody telling y'all something about y'all mama, or y'all want to sit down and talk about it, y'all come to mama and let mama know. Because we going to talk about it. We're going to sit down and we're going to discuss and we're going to see what problem we need to fix in order for everything to go back better to where it was.
you know what? We got to go back to doing that because a lot of parents don't do that no more. They don't sit their kids down and talk to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See
We
what's
don't.
going
They don't.
on with them. Why my child acting this way? Why my child doing that? Sit your
Yeah.
child down and see what's really going on with your child, and then you will know.
And you got
Yeah.
these kids that they are afraid to admit what's really going on in the household. Then they say, don't you tell nobody what's going on in the house. How you know that children are going to be hurt from what they going through in their household? You don't know that. These are babies still.
Yeah.
They don't understand. We got to
No.
teach them. We got to.
You know what? They fighting demons. They fighting demons unaware. And
Right.
sometimes the kids fight the parents' demons. That's I've seen it happen. I've experienced it with my daughters.
Right.
I really have.
My son, yes, that's why I said now that I know I have two boys, and my son he playing football. My oldest he playing football. Very proud of him. All three of my straight A honor students and all, but at the same time they still have their days too. But mama, maybe you need to do this. Cause I go to if mama feel like she need to change something, y'all tell mama. I tell this. I'm glad that we have that bond, me and my children. We talk about that, and they'll come to me anytime, mom. Maybe it's something you can change. Maybe it's something different you need to do. And I'm gonna listen to mine, cause children know they ain't crazy.
Right, you just sitting right now. Oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you, babe. Oh, and why she going around?
Doctor, I've got an idea. Obviously, you're all the way in America and you're representing Unity Fire. As you know, it's about unity, and we have to all get together, irrelevant of what's going on with our personal lives, especially what our beliefs are. Put them to one side. But like I said, I truly believe we're the human race, and which we are. We all stick together. What you should do? I think it's a brilliant idea. You girls are thinking of getting together and talking to youth and bringing them on board and giving them some therapy. And you obviously try and get Mr. Cooley involved. And it's nice to come from a man's perspective as well.
Correct.
I think, when you start doing that, what you girls can do, one day, you bring your youth on, the ones that you've spoken to, and bring them on and give them the platform to talk about their journey, 3-4 of them, question them, and that will be so empowering.
Man, that will be very empowering.
And you can bring your
be very nice.
As long as the parents are happy to, let them go of the 18 and above age, there's nothing wrong. You should bring 2-3 kids on, and that is this is what it's all about.
Yes. Yes. Bringing healing and deliverance.
Just us ladies don't go through just abuse. Men go through abuse. Don't forget the youth is going through abuse as well.
You better come on.
The youth is in pain as well.
That's about these women go through stuff too. That's right.
Yeah, we go through it. The men go through it.
Hurt men out there.
Yeah, and don't forget, we and the women and the men go through it, but also the youth go through it.
That's right.
So we can't let them just go. We can't just let them slip away. We need to gather them up.
No,
And I think you should,
no.
girls, you should do that one day. After, once in a week, you got 4 shows. One show you dedicated to the youth and bring them on board.
Okay. We can do a month. We can do April. Can be We can do youth every Tuesday if you want to. A different.
You could talk. Yeah, you could talk. Yeah,
18,
because it's about
18 and up.
it's about personal journeys. So you're covering that area.
You
You don't know what kids are going through. Maybe that could be the breakthrough for them and the ones that are listening. You just don't know.
That's true.
You just don't know. And we think we're covering everything. No. Yeah. Hearing from the youth can make a change.
Right.
Something to think about.
And you know what? I started doing that when I started doing my going live, keeping it real with Dr. DK.
Yeah.
I want to continue to do it, but now I can. Me and Quintessia can do it together.
Yep. I'm
So
important.
yeah, I'm like you. I feel where Unity coming from with that.
Yeah, it's time to get out here and hit the ground running because so much going on and we see this stuff. And I feel like if God allow us to see this stuff and we don't say nothing about it, God gonna hold us accountable.
Come on, let me help you get up.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
That is so true. We have the change that these people need.
Yes.
But see, me and Quintessia working together. And
we'll use this platform then, innit? Use the platform.
Idea.
Use it. And
right. And I wouldn't mind doing it. Like, I mean, throughout the days, if Quintessia, even if she wanted to get on and join, I can start up doing lives. We can talk about it. I can go on Instagram with it, TikTok with it.
Yeah.
All the above. All the above.
Yeah,
so
get the young girls that she wants to, like Quintessia wants to talk about young girls. You bring 2-3 sisters, young girls on, as long as they're over age. You talk to them and listen to their journey. That we need to hear it. We don't know. We're missing something here. Maybe we're not seeing something, and they can tell us.
Right. Exactly. And Unity, I can. There are more of we have a lot of women that we can, sit down, bring on the lives, talk to them. Even if we don't know them, we can just put it out there,
Yeah, they'll come to you. They want to share their stories. Yeah.
Get a show started, me and Quintessia,
Yes.
have a live video going. Quintessia can join right on in, or if she do one, she just add me on in, however they want to do.
Okay.
So we can, I wouldn't mind. As a matter of fact, I can just start one up tonight. Hey, wouldn't bother me none. Don't start giving me the idea, y'all. Like,
it's time, man. It's time.
When Quintessia give me her spiritual healing, he always leaves every time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Quintessia needs to be around. So, she needs to be around so she can heal the girls.
Don't eat.
I said you need to be around so you can heal the ladies.
You said I need to be around to heal the ladies?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am. You're right.
About us doing, me and Quintessia can go and talk to half of the ladies around, sit down with the ladies, get the organization started.
Quintessia and Doctor, both of you, you have to cover America. Only you two are there, so you've got the whole platform over there.
Okay. Yeah. Man, that's crazy. I'm just excited about what God doing.
It's as crazy as you want it to be.
It's crazy because I know one of my sisters, she said, you're not local. She said, you're global. And I didn't understand at the moment, but now I understand why I went through the hell I went through. I thank God for everything I ever experienced because it has taught me so much about life.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I mean, I'm not perfect. I know I did a lot of things growing up, childhood, teenagers, getting in trouble with the law, all of that kind of stuff. And it didn't do nothing but, show me I need to grow up. It's time for me to sit down and get my life together because I'm getting too old, I may not look what I've been through, but I've been through it. And I mean, if I can sit down and somebody share their experience with me, I can share my experience and my blessing with somebody else and say, hey, I went through this to get to where I am, so you can do it too. You went through it,
Yeah,
but yeah, you blessed.
yeah,
You on
yeah.
living, you breathing.
Yeah.
If God give you a second chance, I tell anybody this: if God give you a second chance, take it. Stop complaining about it. Take it.
Baby girl, let me put up you.
You know, Doctor, you know what Cooley said? Cooley said, you've got to start giving.
Right. And that's where we mess up at. We give and give and give instead of trying to sit down and worry about ourselves.
And
We give
balance
to
things.
people instead of
When I
finding our
tell
own
y'all,
strength.
that's how I've been blessed. That is how I've been blessed. Like, for real. It's better to give than to receive.
Right.
Like, once something leave your hand, God gonna end up bringing it back to you. It might not come back the same way you gave it, but it come back in some kind of form or fashion. It
Yeah.
Right.
does. It does. You do for real. We can't be stingy, especially if God done blessed us. That microwave, yeah, nasty. Let me clean that right.
So what else does Cooley do? So
I
has
get out
Cooley,
go to Walmart.
so has Cooley got a book?
No, my mama had that microwave. Ma'am.
Has Cooley written a book?
The book is called The Poetic, I wrote it down. It's called The Poetic Heart of a King. I'm gonna type it. I'm gonna write it out and I'm gonna
No,
send it to you.
do you know what it's about?
On
What is it
Amazon.
written?
I haven't seen it yet, but I just became aware. It say poetic letters from a king's heart,
Wow.
and we probably can get that book in the UK.
Yeah. Oh, it's a shame we couldn't get to sit down and listen to what he's written in there, because it would be nice to, you know. I think what we need to do, I think I'm going to buy the book, right, and then call him back in, and then we're going to read the book through with him.
Okay, that'd be great.
That'd be a good idea, won't it? Because I think it's nice to hear what the author's got to say about his own book. Has he written more poems in there?
Have what now?
Has he written more poems in there?
Is any poems in there? It may be. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I have to go on Amazon and look myself. I'm not real sure.
Yeah. Okay, ladies.
Yeah.
It's been a show today.
Yeah. We've been having great shows.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
Sorry, Doctor, what was that?
I say I'm very grateful. I thank y'all ladies for bringing me in too.
No, definitely.
Yes, I knew you'd be a perfect coach. Like, you been on TV too?
Yeah.
I said, yes, that's the perfect person.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I want to see everybody win unity. You know, like I was telling Quintessia when she stopped by, me and her were talking about that. Like, I told her I want to see people win. All these great rappers out here who, who trying to, make their money and they trying to get their music out there. Like, I mean, I see a lot of when I tell you, I see so much talent. I
Is
see
it?
it. I see it. I really do see it. I see a lot of talent in a lot of people.
Yeah. And that's why you need to bring them on, because you're gonna give them, you're gonna bring this platform for them, so they come on. That's the people we want to talk about. That's the people we want to bring on. That's the people we want to air. You know. Because they all have a journey. They all have a personal journey they want to talk about, what they've been through.
True.
That is true. So we got a lot of work to do.
Yes,
We really do.
a lot of work to do.
We really do.
Yes, and that's why I've been saying. I said I can't die like this because
I want to be a legend. I want to be a legend. I want my children to be able to say what my mama did a lot of stuff before she left the earth. She showed it.
Yeah, I agree.
We gotta leave a legacy for our kids.
Yes.
I want my children to be able to know, okay, well, they can pick this up when it's time. You never know. You never know what you can inspire for other people. That's what a lot of people fail to realize. and then a lot of people still carry you around as this old person. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know what I done been through to get to where I am. You can't go by what somebody done told you, said to you, the negative. I want to get positive feedback.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me, well, Dr. DK, hey, somebody told me you did this for them. And I mean, I know it wasn't me, but I appreciate you doing it because you did it out the goodness of your heart.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to go by based on what somebody done told you. And I want everybody to win. I don't want to just be just certain people. I want it to be for everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Forward.
Yeah.
That's why I said. That's why I said. That's why I said in the beginning, we have to have unconditional love. You know, like a
Right?
mother. Like a mother has 5, 6 children. No matter what the situation is, she's gonna try and protect 5 of them.
Yep. Yep.
She's gonna be there with 5 of them, even though they've got different personalities and they've got different behavior, different beliefs. But she said, "No, they're my babies. I'm gonna look after them all." And that's how we've got to be for the youth and the world out there. Otherwise, it's already hard out there. It's always harsh out there. We've got to just start pouring love in there.
Yeah.
That's the only way forward.
Yeah.
I can't see no other way. We all have to hold each other's hands very tightly.
I see a movement.
Yeah,
I see a lot of movement going on. I'm ready.
yeah.
I'm in unity. See that? You done got some sort of me, Quintessia. Look at you. There you go now.
Yeah.
I think you got
There
something.
you go now.
Man, when I say it's crazy, man. It's
It's over him. What the world?
it be scary, like what God be doing.
And what?
Yeah.
It do. It like it is reality. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I ever
mm,
experienced that before. Like this actually happening to me.
mm. And look at this. All like-minded people have the same vision, and that's what we need to do. And that's how a movement's created, and that's how we can make a change. Even if it's a little step, a little drop in the ocean, it's something done.
Yeah, you got to make a step. You got to start from somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I say we need to hold on to each other's hands very tightly.
What? You sure? Cause this thing it's kind of weird. Some way.
Yeah, yeah.
Some way. Huh?
Yes, Quintessia.
Yes, ma'am. What time is it? 7:39.
Yes, Doctor.
Oh yeah. I've been listening at that, baby. Yes.
Yep. So do you want to give a little a breakdown of your guest again, just to tell the viewers out there what he was about and what he's done and what he's been through? And so, you know, they've got to tune in to listen to this gentleman. Hopefully we'll bring him back in once we've bought his book.
Denitra, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
You wanna say that again, Unity?
Give a breakdown of what we talked about with Mr. Myrick.
Well, what we well, Mr. Meyer came up and showed us love on letting us know what he went through with his life story of being locked up 10 years. He got out, he turned himself around, you know, dedicated his life to a lot of people, and you know, a lot of people looked up to Mr. Cooley on him changing his life around for his children, you know, his family. It was a lot he had to go through in his lifetime, but to get to where he is, and he is here and happy, he is blessed, and he thank God for showing him a different way. And I appreciate Mr. Cooler coming on with us today. And I want another interview with Mr. Cooler. I don't know about y'all, but I want another.
Yeah. Yeah. Amen.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to actually bring him on again. And I'm thinking of getting his book. And I'm going to actually call him on my show. And I'm going to have a very deep, good conversation with him and talk about his journey in much depth. But like I said, alongside with his book, so, you know, he could relate to his, I don't know how to say it. If it's poetic, it must have been some sort of conversation in those poems that he's put in there. It's the feelings and what he's been through. That's why you end up doing poems, don't you? So that'll be a nice way of breaking his his story and his life. Definitely, we'll bring him on. But like I said, he's got a book out there, and it's on Amazon. He's also on Facebook, and people need to go and follow him. And you need to go and follow Quintessa and Dr. Dre as well. They're on Facebook. Both of the sisters are there, and they're actually hosting Unify all the way in America. So they're going to be bringing America to UK via Bless Radio and Unify platform. And there's a lot going on in America, and they're going to bring those stories from over there to here. And it was so great. I mean, we love tuning in whenever you girls come on, because you're always bringing some special guests all the time. I was just wondering, and who is your next guest then? Any idea?
Okay, the food we just go. Yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah, we got our next guest. We just Lord have mercy.
So he's gonna do it next Tuesday.
He said yes. So I still want me and you to.
If he don't, I'm gonna try to see if I can reach out to someone else.
Yeah, me too. But right now I'm gonna get another one. Right now I want to make sure if he is ready for that, because I even made a phone call about booking the club.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Let me know.
So as I know, it's nearly 11:45. I'm gonna actually get Quintessa to round up the actual show today. If she could just shout out the number again and the platform she's on. She could talk about her host as well, please, before you go.
You said you want me to talk about what?
Yourself, your host,
Oh, okay.
the platform you're on, and the platform that you're on.
Oh, thank you guys again for tuning in. We are live on Bless Radio on Unity 5 platform, coming all the way from the United States of America. And what I want to say.
What's your other co-host name?
And my co-host is Dr. Denitra M. Kendrick. So happy that she are joining us.
Yes. We're excited to be here.
Right, guys, where can my viewers and listeners find you on Facebook? Can you please say out loud your Facebook ID?
Denitra, she's talking to you.
She's gone. I'm talking about your Facebook ID.
My Facebook ID, Quintessia Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Quintessia Lee.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for tuning in to Bless Radio 1 with Unity, our platform all the way from America. Thank you, Quintessa.
Thank you, Miss Unity, for the opportunity. I really appreciate you guys.
No, we're all sisters together. There's no opportunities. We're building it together.
And that's right.
That's how it's going to work. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it's going to work.
Love you guys, and we will be talking to you all soon.
Oh, yes, definitely.
All right, love you guys.
Bye, Quintessa.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Miss Unity, we're going to keep you posted, baby.
Okay.
Oh, darling. Oh, darling. Bye. Bye.
Okay, love y'all.
Bye.
Love you.